Okay guys, so I'm going to be trying to work through some of the calculations here. Beware, I might get interrupted by a hungry cat. It's around their dinner time. So first problem set, we're looking at 6 grams of sodium chloride dissolved in enough water to make 8 liters of solution. Okay, so first thing we're calculating molarity. Molarity is moles over liters. So this one's pretty easy, but we're given our amount in grams. So we have to go from grams to moles. To do that, we use the mole formula. Moles equals grams over gram formula mass. This is on table T. So this would be, we have to figure out our gram formula mass for sodium chloride. Sodium is 23, chlorine 35. I'm doing this quick and dirty version here, guys. That gives us 58 grams per mole. So I've got 6 grams. I divide that by 58 grams per mole, and that gives me 0.10 moles, but that's not the solution. That just gets me where I need to go to figure it out. So I have to take the information now from our problem, work it into that molarity. So molarity equals 0.10 divided by 8 liters, because when we do molarity, our volume is always in liters, and our molarity will equal 0.013 molar solution. So that is our solution there. Let's go to our next problem, because I saw some pretty consistent mistakes. So in this one, we're doing parts per million. I'm just going to shift my color so it's clear which problem I'm working on. So our formula for parts per million is part over whole times 1 million. In this case, our part is 6 and our whole is 8 liters, but the problem here is here we're grams and here we're liters, and the equivalency in volume for grams is milliliters. So if we have 8 liters, that would be 8,000 milliliters. So the way we would work this out is it would be 6 over 8,000 times 1 million. And that will get us approximately 750 parts per million. Now, some of you might be wondering, why didn't I add the 6 to this 8,000? And it's because of the way this is worded. 6 grams of sodium chloride is dissolved in enough water to make 8 liters of solution. That is the final volume of the full solution. They did not give us the volume of the solvent separate. So this means this is our total, so we do not have to add in this case. Okay. Percent by mass, we set it up very similarly. That would be 6 over 8,000 grams. But because this is a percent, we multiply by 100, and that gives us 0.075% as our final answer. So coming down here to the set at the bottom, okay, I'm just going to swap my color over again. We are given 20 grams of calcium chloride dissolved in enough water to make 9,000 milliliters of solution. We're going to solve this the same way, only once again, we're starting out with grams, so we have to work with that. So remember, moles equals grams over gram formula mass. So our number of grams is 20 grams. We have to figure out this gram formula mass. I'm going to do that now. Calcium chloride. So we've got 1 calcium, and that calcium weighs 40 grams per mole. And we've got 2 chlorines, 2 times 35, which equals 70 grams per mole. That means our total gram formula mass is 110 grams per mole. So to figure out how many moles we have, we would take 20 and divide it by 110, and that's going to give us 0.18 moles, and we can then use this to solve our problem. Now here we're given milliliters, we have to remember our formula is always molarity equals moles over liters. So in this case, you have to convert that 9,000 milliliters into liters. So this would be 0.18 moles divided by 9 liters, and that is going to be 0.2, I believe. Let me just double check. Nope, whoops. Gonna fix that. Hold on just a second. That's what happens when we're trying to do everything in our head. That is going to be 0.02. Okay. So with our parts per million here, we've got 20 grams over 9,000 milliliters. That's pretty easy. That's going to be 20 divided by 9,000. Once again, we do not have to add those together because it's given us our total volume of the solution. So times 1 million, and that is going to equal essentially 2,020. I don't know why this is writing like this. It's so weird. 0.22. My 2's look completely bizarre, but that is our answer. Okay. Down here in our percent by mass concentration, similar setup. It's going to be 20 divided by 9,000 times 100, which means we are going to be 0.22% for our answer. Okay, moving on to our next problem. How many grams of an aqueous solution containing 20 grams of sodium chloride has a concentration of 20% by mass? So we are trying to figure out our missing mass. So our 20 grams would go on the top over X times 100, okay? And that means that we are going to cross multiply to solve this. I'm going to divide both sides by 100. And that equals essentially puts us at 20 over X equals 0.2, and X equals 100 grams of solution. Okay, most people got that one right. It was pretty straightforward. Our next one, what is the percent by mass of a solution when 6 grams of calcium chloride is dissolved in 85 grams of water? Now here, we are going to have to add these together because it's giving us our solute and our solvent separately, and so I know I have to add them together to get my whole. So this is going to be 6 grams over 85 grams plus 6 grams. This being my solute, this being my solvent. Together they make my solution. So it's 6 divided by 91 times 100, and that gives me approximately 6.59% as my answer. Number 5, what is the percent by volume concentration of 30 liters of ethanol dissolved in 80 liters of water? Once again, they've given us our solute separate from our solvent. So here we will have to add them together. So that 30 liters of ethanol, that is our solute. 80 plus 30 is going to give me the total volume of my solution. That means we have 30 divided by 110 times 100, and that is going to equal roughly 27%. Our final problem, how many milliliters of ethanol would be in 100 milliliters of an aqueous solution if the concentration was 20% by volume? So I'm wanting to solve for my amount of solute here. So my amount of solution is 100 milliliters. So I have X over 100 milliliters times 100 equals 20%. I am going to divide both sides by 100 to get rid of that. So that means that X equals 100 milliliters 0.20, which when we cross multiply to solve means that our solution is 20 grams. Hope that helped, guys. If you have any questions, message me either in Classroom or in Remind. Okay? Have a great day.